For variation problem, the most important thing is get the structure clearly. So you should spend more time to read carefully, make sure you don't make any mistake. They say that C is the sum of two parts. That means C is equal to something plus something. And then the first part here is where we as x. That means we don't know how many times, but it's something times of x. And then another part is where we as the square of x. They don't write directly or inversely. That implies directly is default. So other parts will be as square of x. It is how many times x squared. Again, it is k1 and k2 because two constants may not be the same. So we write down our decision. We let c is equal to something time of x together with something time of x squared. And then they will give us two cases. We just substitute it inside. Case 1, when x equal to 5, c equal to 24. 24 is equal to k1, replace it by 5, plus k2, replace it by 5. 5k1 together with 25k2 is equal to 24. That's the first outcome. And the second time is when x is equal to 20, then c will equal to 396. k1 times 20 and then plus k2 times 20 bracket square. So 396 is equal to 20k1 plus 400k2. Because this question is already section A2 questions, so when you get to equation, you may just directly use your calculator. When you use your calculator, you have to tidy up like how many first unknown plus how many second unknown is equal to how many. If you use your program, first input 5, second input 25, third one is 24, so on and so on. But if you are going to solve yourself, I want to make at least one of the terms are the same. 5 and 20 are not the same, but I can get it by multiplying 4 on both sides. So it's become the first equation, 20k1 plus 100k2 is equal to 96. So I call the first one first equation, the second one second equation. So now they are the same item minus the same item will become 0 and disappeared. So we use 2 minus 1. 20k1 minus 20k1 becomes 0, you don't need to write. 400k2 minus 100k2 is equal to 396 minus 96. Make sure you don't mix up the order. You use this one minus this, then you should be this one minus this also. 300k2 is equal to 300. So it's quite obvious that k2 is equal to 1. Once we know k2, we just put either one of them. I use the original function because the number is smallest here. So 5k1 plus 25k2, k2 which already found is 1, is equal to 24. 5k1 equal to negative 1. And therefore, k1 is equal to negative 1 over 5. After you get it, the first mission is make sure you write down what is C first. Originally, we just know the structure. But after two fixed cases, we know that what is the exact multiplier, k1 and k2. So therefore, we are going to replace it. k1 is negative 1 over 5 times of x. And then k2, we have 1 x squared. This is the equation of C. Or usually we write down just x squared instead of 1x squared. And finally, the question is asking about the square photo frame of sine is 45. The frame of sine refer to x here. So that means x is equal to 45 these cases. We write down when x equal to 45, then c will equal to negative 1 over 5 times 45. And then plus 45 bracket square. So we get 2016 is the cos. That's the answer in part A. In part B, they say that if the cost of manufacturing a square photo, the cost here is ACE94. That means it's talking about another situation that C equal to ACE94. They ask you what is the corresponding size of the frame. So we just say that consider another case when c is equal to h94. Then we write down h94 is equal to negative 1 over 5 times of x plus x squared. With x squared here, this is a quadratic equation. Whenever we handle quadratic equation, we rearrange the term. How many x squared plus how many x plus how many equal to 0. If we rearrange like this, we can just directly use the calculator, formula 1. The first input is 1, the second input is negative 1 over 5. The third input is negative 894. The calculator directly gives us the result x is equal to 30, or another outcome is x equal to negative 29.8. But beware that x is referred to the length, so it's nonsense to have negative length here. This is rejected. And finally, we write down conclusion. The length of a side of a frame is 30 cm.